Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 weekly reset video. My name is Story, and today is June the 16th, which means only one thing. We're running up until June 23rd, because that's how things go around here. How have you been enjoying the new season? I've been enjoying it very much. Lots of lovely things. But anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at what we've got to do in Destiny 2 this week. If you're new to the game, welcome. Pull up a pew and pour yourselves a steaming hot brew and regard the tower map. We have a little look at this tower map because all these little icons represent vendors, and vendors are like your best friends. They issue and administer bounties, challenges, weekly challenges, quest lines, all kinds of stuff. And if you do said challenges, quest lines, and all kinds of stuff, you get some powerful rewards and maybe even pinnacle rewards as well. So rewards go up in tiers, tier 1, 2, 3, and then pinnacle stuff. Pinnacle is the highest available power level that you can get in the game currently. The soft cap of the game is a power level 1000. Then powerful rewards will get you up to 1050, and then from 1050 beyond is pinnacle rewards only. So that's a rough explanation of how that goes. Anyway, the tower map. Let's have a look here. We've got the gunsmith. He's a very nice chap. He makes guns, and he also has a weekly challenge, and that is to complete 8 of his bounties, and you'll get yourself some powerful gear tier 1. See, very simple. And then we've got Crucible. Shaxx over here. Powerful bounty stuff, it's same thing. Weekly bounty, 8 bounties, powerful gear tier 1. The same with Zavala at the Vanguard. And then over at Hawthorne, if you're a member of a clan, you can go out there and earn 5,000 XP for your character and get some powerful gear at tier 2. And then there's the Drifter down there as well. Also powerful gear at tier 1. What's going on here? So there's a something. There is stuff from the Prismatic Recaster. I love this device. I can actually go for armor with a stat roll that I like for once. Isn't it beautiful? I'm screaming for joy. But anyway, what else have we got to do in Destiny 2 this week? Well, let's have a look at the destinations on our director screen right here. So let's have a look at the Vanguard playlist first. We've got 4 items on the menu. We'll start with the daily heroic story missions. This is simply for nostalgia. You can replay the campaigns from the previous seasons right there. Then we've got our strikes. This is where you can earn your first piece of pinnacle gear. So complete 3 strikes using the same subclass element as the currently active elemental burn. So we can check the currently active elemental burn by clicking on the strike or pressing a button on your controller, and look, it's Void Singe. So equip a Void subclass, do 3 strikes, and claim your pinnacle loot. The daily modifiers are Iron and Heavyweight. Of course, Void Singe will change this time next week on the weekly reset. Then we've got the Nightfall, the Ordeal, and I'm just going to have a quick type into my API, lovely Charlemagne business over here, and see what we've got in terms of the Ordeal this week. It is, drumroll please, Savathûn Song. Can you believe it? Have fun with that. Anyway, there's 2 challenges for the Ordeal Nightfall, the weekly to complete. Ordeal activities, the higher difficulties grant the most efficient progress. Obviously, the Ordeal goes up in a series of difficulties. Powerful gear for that weekly challenge. And then there is another weekly challenge here. Complete the Ordeal with a team score above 100,000 points. And that'll get you some pinnacle loot. Nice. So you can have a look at the difficulties. Adept Hero, Legend Master, and Grandmaster. Grandmaster's gone up to 1,100. Can you believe it? Oh my god. Anyway, there you go. That is the stuff. Have fun with that. May your thrush be progressive. Anyway, we've got the normal Nightfall playlist, and this consists of 3 playlists, 3 items, 3 strikes. This week we've got the Insight Terminus, Strange Terrain, and the Hollowed Lair. Now, all 3 of these strikes have some specific loot. If you happen to grind the strike over and over again, the more your chances at obtaining this specific loot. The Insight Terminus boasts the Long Goodbye sniper rifle. The Strange Terrain will have the Braytech Osprey rocket launcher, and the Hollowed Lair is the Mindbender's Ambition, a very decent shotgun. So if you missed Fellwinter's Lie last season, then this is a strike that you'll be grinding for your decent PvP shotgun. So there you go. That is the Vanguard playlist. So we're going to move on to Gambit. Here we are, look. There is a player versus environment activity, a fire team activity, cooperative, called The Reckoning. So you can hop into that if you're chasing things from Season of the Drifter or the Reckoner title. These have 3 different flavors, tier 1, 2, and 3, all slightly different, and the weekly Singe is solar. And then we've got our Gambit tier, Gambit Normal, Gambit Deluxe. 3 games completed in either of these playlists combined will get you some pinnacle gear. There's also private matches if you want to convince your nan to have a stab at a primeval. Anyway, what have we got in Crucible this week? We have 2 types of playlists to understand. We've got the Rotator playlist at the top, which consists this week of Team Scorched and Countdown. So Countdown is a 4v4 competitive style game mode, very similar to Arm the Bomb in Counter-Strike and other games like that. And Team Scorch is a crazy mayhemic game of grab the big cannon and shoot it at people, 6v6. So you get some powerful gear at tier 1 if you complete 4 Rotator matches. Then we've got core playlists, which consist of Rumble, Control, Elimination, Survival, Freelance Survival, and Classic Mix. 4 games completed in either or of these playlists will get you some pinnacle loot, ladies and gentlemen, which is very nice. And of course, if your nan didn't like Gambit, you can get her in a private match and spray her down with a gnawing hunger. How's about that then? Nice! What else is there this week? Well, there is a Flashpoint, which happens to be on IO. Incidentally, that is the same location where we've got our brand new public event, Contact, which is just there. 100% completions of this will get you powerful gear at tier 2. I love this public event. I can hammer it, I can solo it, I can heroic it and everything. I feel like a god. Anyway, there you go. It's fun. But what's regular Flashpoint business? Well, if you have a look at this lovely, miserable blue man with glowing eyes here, he will tell you how much of the activities are completed before he will dish out your powerful gear at tier 1. So how do we get this bar from 0% to 100%? Well, you find these public events and you do them. You take part in them, participate, and you can also loot some lost sectors, kill the boss, grab the chest, and that will also very mediocrely adjust this bar towards the right, if that's a perfect explanation in English that's impressed everybody. Anyway, there you go. Flashpoint is on IO. That's how it works. And yeah, it's hot. Oh my God. I'm sitting here sweating as if I'm in some kind of sauna. It's horrible. Anyway, and what else have we got to do in Destiny 2 this week? Well, there's stuff on the moon. I like the moon still because it's a good source of powerfuls and pinnacles and business right here. For example, we've got 2 of our vendors. If you defeat 30 nightmares in Sorrow's Harbor, then you'll get some powerful gear. There's also Eris Morn's memory quest. Powerful gear at tier 1 is there also. We've got nightmare hunts, weeklies, difficulty tiers grant progress, of course, just like the Ordeal Nightfall. Powerful gear at tier 1 for 3 of those. Then there is complete a nightmare hunt on master difficulty for your pinnacle loot, but master difficulty is 1080. It's quite spicy. Managed to do a couple of those last week, and ouch, yes, not too simple. Anyway, speaking of pinnacle loot, we've got Pit of Heresy. That's still dishing out pinnacle loot, and that's not too bad at recommended power at 940, so that's a great source of pinnacle stuff. Sorrow's Harbor's just here. There is a Horde mode style event for you to be getting involved in there. It's a 6 or 7 wave Horde mode stuff, and it drops loot, and it's your favorite, and you'll really enjoy it. And then, of course, there's a story mission business that we've got in the deep there. Complete the replayable story mission, and that will get you powerful gear at tier 1 too. And then there is a Garden of Salvation raid. That will get you some pinnacle gear as well. Isn't that fantastic? In other news, we've got Escalation Protocol over in Mars. This week it's dropping the shotgun, but that is the old shotgun without random rolls. You can obtain the new shotgun, a random rolled version of the Icolo shotgun from the new dungeon, which is accessible via the tower, and that will get you pinnacle loot as well. And this is one of the best bits of PvE I've played in Destiny for such a long time. It is, if you're not high enough power yet, don't worry. There's plenty of time to get stuck into this, but it's amazing. The loot's great. The encounters are great. The looks are great. It's just an all-round thumbs up from me. So there you go. That's how you access it, and that'll get you pinnacle gear if you happen to complete it. Isn't that beautiful, ladies and gentlemen? We've got some stuff on the Dreaming City. The Ascended Challenges in Harbinger's Seclude. This week, if you're into that, go to Petrovenge and give her a kiss on the cheek if she says you can. And then you get your bounties and do the stuff. There you go. That's how that works. And there you go. That is the basic run-of-the-mill for all the things that we've got to do in Destiny 2 this week. I wish you the very best of luck with that. We're going to have a little look at some of the bounty systems for those of you that are new to the game. So if we have a look at Banshee's bounties, there are 2 weeklies. I'm going to pick these up because I need them. and dailies. I pick up those because I need them. And then there are additional bounties at the end here that will award XP. The weekly bounties, it says what the rewards are: XP Glimmer, an upgrade module, and we've got some planetary resources as well. So upgrade modules are extremely important because they allow you to upgrade and infuse your gear. Then the dailies will award mod components and enhancement cores, which are, again, incredibly useful because they allow you to upgrade your gear. So, yeah, those are the 4 dailies. These refresh on the daily bounties refresh on a daily reset. The weekly bounties refresh on a weekly reset. And additional bounties, you can keep on grabbing them until you complete them and all your glimmer is gone. So then we've got a material exchange. The gunsmith sells mods every day. These rotate on a daily basis. Today we've got some leg armor for the machine gun scavenger, and then we've got targeting adjuster weapon mod. You can also exchange some materials right there for exorbitant prices, so be wary. You can also cash in your gunsmith materials for random rolls on various weapons as well, which is very nice. And more weapons have been added to the loot pool for Season 11. So you can even get yourself a dire promise from this kind of stuff. So that's great. And visit the vendors, basically. When it comes to Crucible vendors, these weekly bounties, and the same with the Drifter, his weekly bounties, and the same with Zavala, the Vanguard, his weekly bounties will award Bright Dust. It's 200 apiece for each weekly bounty. So on each of your characters, you can get quite a nice amount of Bright Dust. And their additional bounties also award a small amount of Bright Dust as well. And why am I telling you this? Because Bright Dust can be exchanged at our very favorite store. There's the segue of the year for us right here. And you can exchange your Bright Dust for cosmetic items of the season. You can also spend your real money if you are so inclined as well. But anyway, this is the weekly offerings, the featured pages. This week we've got Dawn of Invention, an exotic emote, which involves bones. Look at them bones. Bash the bones. It's like a Space Odyssey. There we go. We need some drum sounds. Right, there you go. Then we've got the Matter Scourge ornament for the Outbreak Prime. Very nice indeed. It's the new aesthetic of the weapon design from the Prismatic Recaster. Absolutely gorgeous looking stuff. Then we've got the multi-band shell. There you go. Excellent designs. We've got Banshee's Favourite and Treasure Hunter as the perks on that one. We've got the Wacky Inflation. Being possessed by the green ribbons of love. There you go. And then there's the Sterling Arbor Projection and the Nothing's Wrong. This section of emotes down here, these refresh on a daily basis now. I didn't know this. Like, I was 0 days old when I realized that these refresh. So if you're looking for something from previous seasons, keep coming back every day and having a look down here. You might find what it is that you've missed or you're looking for. Then we've got featured stuff for Bright Dust down here. Also, shaders, transmat effects, there's consumables, emotes, and sometimes some exotic cosmetic items from previous seasons. For example, I don't have this Sparrow. I could be tempted. That's from Season of Opulence. That's 2,500 of your Bright Dust. We've also got the seasonal ornaments and what's name here. There's plenty to choose from. You can buy those for Bright Dust. Some of them will be available for Bright Dust, but most of it is just silver. Silver is real money, basically. Then we've got the archive stuff that's gone and come back again that you might want. So have a good look through all of those things. You might be thrilled to see the Wishes of Sorrow back after long last. One of the best tournaments that we have. There you go. Isn't it beautiful? Oh no, we're not coming out of it just yet. Yeah, we haven't finished because we've got to look at the Bright Dust section. So when you're grinding out your bounties, this is the place that you'd come and spend the majority of your Bright Dust. This week we've got Mirror Mirror emote, the Burnout Sparrow, Boxer's Dance emote, a Copperhead Supremacy Ghost Shell, Awkward Greeting, one of my favorites, and then the Abyssal Scream Tractor Cannon ornament as well. From a previous season. There's Hood of the Exile Projection, if you're into projections for your ghosts. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the video. Sorry about rambling and all this kind of stuff, but it's so hot. That's my excuse anyway. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic time in Destiny 2 this week. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and remember, Smoke us a kipper. We'll be back for breakfast.